Hello, my dementia dare givers. I am so happy to see that you have joined me again and coming back to the family where we stick together around here, don't we? I love hearing all your comments. Um, Margie, Cindy, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones more recently that have posted. Thomas, I want to thank you all so much for your comments. Sylvia, always commenting from Estonia. Hey, and you know what? I love that when you guys tell me where you're watching from because we have watchers and viewers from all over the world. So please keep those coming. Let me know where you're watching from. And also, too, let me know what your struggles are and where you need some help because that's where I get a lot of my ideas for upcoming shows. So help me out. Let me know what's going on. You can always ask me a question in the comments down below. I try to answer all of them or at least as many as I can. It's getting a little harder to do that, but I'm really trying my best to keep up with that. I am going to be traveling to Vancouver. I believe I'm getting an award there. So I will be gone for a week, but I'm going to pre-post some shows for you so you shouldn't miss out on a thing. I just want to catch you up a little bit quickly. I am planning on doing an event on October 8th. We're going to do a Zoom party, if you will, and it's going to be a thank you from your person with dementia who's not able to thank you or doesn't know that they should thank you. So we're going to have a little get together on October 8th, and we're going to celebrate the 1 year launch of the YouTube channel and the 1 year of my book, Forget Me Not. It's going to be a really good time. I don't know what time we're going to do this yet, but it's a Sunday, and I hope that you'll all join in. And we can just kind of talk about our people with dementia. Maybe I'll give out a few free tips. And I'm really, really looking forward to meeting many of you face to face who have been following me and watching me for a long time. So it'll be really, really fun, and I'm very excited about it. So today I wanted to talk to you about, what was I going to talk to you about today? I want to talk a little bit about denial. I see this come up a lot in comments, and it's almost like it's not denial, it's lack of education. So I keep seeing these same comments in many different Facebook groups. And it disturbs me to no end. And it's all I can take not to be like, you are such a, like, oh my God. So I think a lot of this problem is that people are trying to cope with this disease who have done almost zero research on it, right? And that's what frustrates me so much. If you had cancer, you would be looking up everything you could about cancer, or if your loved one had cancer or heart disease. How do I make this person better? What kind of drugs are available? What should they be doing? What should they not be doing? What's the life expectancy? You'd be talking to your doctor about how to handle and manage what symptoms to look for, right? And that's great. But why aren't we doing that for dementia? Why aren't we doing that for our brain? The most important organ in our body, our brain. So one of the problems is you're not going to get these answers from the doctor's office because they just don't have the answers. Doctors go to medical school and they learn the physiology, they learn the progression, they learn how to diagnose, and they learn how to prescribe. But they do not learn how to tell a family to deal with the struggles that they're dealing with. So that's what I do. And I do it damn well, better than anyone. So that's why I make these videos, because so often I see comments, my loved one is driving me crazy. They were fine for 2 days and they're doing it on purpose. Now they're just being vindictive and they're doing it on purpose, right? Or it's always something that reverts back to that this person with dementia actually has control over what they're doing. And they don't. They don't. And it clearly shows every single time the people who are saying these types of statements, it's so obvious that they are completely clueless. I don't mean to be rude here, but call a spade, right? You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're doing. And you're kind of a jerk because you have no right taking care of a person with dementia when you don't know anything about it, like zero. Because someone who even has some basic knowledge is going to understand that that is not true and that is not happening. That is not the case. They don't have control over anything. So when you talk about the brain, when you think about the brain, right? Think about, gosh, you know what? I should have gotten this ready ahead of time, but think of like a big ball of Christmas lights, right? All tangled up together. Big, huge ball of Christmas lights. And you plug it in and they all light up, right? And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Everything's working. It's all lit up, all the electrical impulses. I know some of you are like, I know where she's going with this because you're smart. But if you pull one of those little lights out of its socket, the whole string goes bad, right? The whole strand goes bad. Pop that one back in, it all lights up again. So people with dementia, they can't control where in the brain the damage has happened. They can't control that the impulses travel through here, through there, through everywhere, right? These, in order for them to do even the simplest task, like brush their hair or shave or wipe their bottom, that takes literally hundreds of thousands of synapses through your brain to make that one simple action happen. Hundreds of thousands of electrical impulses. So if even one of those neurons is dead, it can't make the connection, right? They can't make the connection. No matter how hard they try, it's not in their control to make a connection or not. It's like if you're driving down the road and the bridge is out, you can't will the bridge to be there for you to drive across it, right? You can't do that. So, what we have to remember is, and this is, I think, where a lot of people struggle, is because, well, she could do it yesterday, right? Or she was fine for 2 days and then all of a sudden she's having a bad day. Bullshit. She doesn't have dementia. The doctor got it wrong, right? No. That's not the case. So why could they not do it and now they can do it? Because that doesn't make any sense, right? That's kind of hard to wrap your head around. Well, there's actually a perfectly explanation for that. A perfectly explanation. Boy, that sounded terrible. There's a perfectly good explanation for that. And the reason that happens is, so think of that great big Christmas lights, right? So somehow, some way, our brain is so miraculous. Our brains are amazing. So the signal is going, right? It's flying all over the brain, and then it gets to one of those spots where that brain cell's dead, and it can't cross over to complete the transaction, right? It gets to a stopping point. But sometimes the brain, not always, but sometimes the brain will find a detour. It's kind of like your GPS in your car. Recalculating, your brain will actually take a detour, a back road, the back door. It'll find a way to get the information that it needs. But that is actually pretty seldom. And as the disease progresses, it will happen less and less. So when people say she's doing it on purpose, or they're intentionally driving me crazy, they're making me go this, do that, they're ordering me around. In fact, I just had someone ask me a question the other day, but she's not being one of these people. She was genuinely asking a question of why her person with dementia was kind of bossing her, get me this, do that, do this, do that, go to there, right? And she felt very unappreciated for one, and that's another whole video. But I asked one simple question and I said, what did he do for a living? What was his job? And that answered all the questions. He was a probation officer. He was very regimented, right? He was a rule follower, and he probably had to for his own safety and to remain at his position, he had to demand respect from other people. So, although he may not be barking orders or demanding respect from his parolees, but now he is transferring those actions to his wife with his dementia. And he doesn't even realize that he's being demanding or pushy or bossy or mean or rude. He's just doing whatever he thinks is normal. And they do. They think what they're doing is normal. And not only that, but when they do something to upset you and you show them that you're angry or you're hurt or you're upset about it, they don't understand why. They're like, why is she acting like that now? Right? Have you ever known anyone your whole life? You probably have known several people during your lifetime that just didn't get you. And you're like, what the hell, seriously? That's how they are. They just don't get it. It's not a choice. It's not a choice for them to understand your feelings or even their own feelings. So denial is something that we as the caregiver or the dare giver, we have to continually be educating ourselves and stepping it up. And I know for a fact that every single one of you out there has struggles. And it can't be helped. You're going to have struggles. This disease is horrible and it sucks. And the doctors aren't going to give you the answers. I hate to tell you. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching these videos. And yeah, there's a crap ton of videos out there. There's a lot of people that you can learn from. But videos are just the tip of the iceberg. They're not going to get you the results that you really need. And let's face it, how much is a nursing home going to cost you? All right, well, if you really want to put a number on it, in New York State, which is not the highest in the country, they're between $14,000 and $15,000 a month. And you have to spend everything, basically everything you own, before the state will start paying for your stay. So you are going to pay for it eventually, more than likely, because most people with dementia do spend some time in a nursing home. So if you really want to stay home and you want peace and you want love, because does anybody really want their loved one to be miserable for their last years of their life? Is that what we want? Is that what we want to be remembering? Are those horrible times? We have to turn those horrible times into decent memories, right? We have to change that. And the only way you can do that is to really find out what you're doing, because there will never be peace in their head. Never. But you can change that. But it's up to you. You have the power to change it. But it comes from learning. You have to learn what you're doing. You have to learn what you're saying. And you have to practice it and rehearse it. So when it comes up, you know exactly what to do. So my point is, you don't go perform heart surgery after watching a video, right? You just don't. You practice on cadavers and you practice on I don't know, maybe lab animals or something, and you practice making the stitches, and you practice the clamps, and you practice how to use the instruments, and you practice how to sterilize, right? I mean, there's a lot of steps. There's a lot of steps before you cut that chest open. Same thing with dementia. You know, all of you have been thrown into this, literally, and you know it. You've been thrown into here with no training, no skills, no ideas. And it's not your fault. But what is your fault is that there are things out there you can do about it. And I'll tell you what, they're really fun. If you go with me, they're fun. I do one-on-one coaching. I help people one-on-one who maybe don't want to take a full course and they just really have a couple of really super tough, bad things happening and they just want to fine-tune, jump in there and solve those one or two, maybe three things. And we can do a one-on-one. Perfect. But the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing that I have for you is a course. And it's a few days. It's a few hours each day for a few days, and it's absolutely amazing. And it will take you from here or here or here, wherever you are right now, to literally everything. Everything. Everything you need to know. So how would it feel if your person with dementia was wandering and you knew exactly what to say to them? What if you had 5 different sentences that you knew exactly what to say to them to turn that situation around? What if your person with dementia is yelling at you, screaming at you, throwing things at you? How would you like 5, 10 sentences to say to them to bring it down and get rid of that problem so they're not yelling and screaming anymore? This is not for them. It's not for you. It's for both of you. It's for everyone involved. No one should be living like that, you nor your person with dementia. What if they won't take a shower? We'll cover that. What if they are, they want to go home and they're living in a senior living community? We cover that. What if you're a caregiver and you work in a care community and they're calling you the N-word? We're going to cover that. What if you have issues with, you got to take the keys away and driving, safety, fires? We cover all that. In this course, there is actually over 250, you heard me right, exact phrases of what to say or not to say to someone with dementia. And it's also not just the words, it's how you say it, when you say it, your tone. We cover all of that. All of that. So, if you want to be an expert, if you want to make your life so much easier, less stress, less pain, create better memories, create a better life for that person or the people that you care for with dementia before they pass away, call me. There's links below. You can go to my website, learn more about the courses. There's short ones, there's the full-blown course, and the one-on-one coaching. There is so much there for you, but you have to take the first step. No one can force you to do it. It's up to you. It's up to you. But you know what? If you like being screamed at, if you're okay with, you just like to complain about your loved one and, you don't think you'll have any regrets, then you just keep on doing what you're doing, keep on watching the videos, and just pray for the best. Just pray for the best. But lots of freebies on the website. The Dementia Starter Kit is also there. That's an ebook that you can get. And I just want you to know that I'm here for you. And I know this video might have been a little harsh, but sometimes we need to hear that, right? And those of you, you know who needed to hear that. But everyone and anyone who is taking care of someone with dementia has got to up their game and take these courses. You just have to. If they're mine, somebody else's, but this is just the beginning of your journey. It's just the beginning. So I hope I'm going to see you at those next steps because I guarantee you will absolutely love it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It will completely change your mindset. It'll change your relationship. It will change your life. It'll change your life. And I would love to take that journey with you. So, I'm Debra Costu, Certified Master Dementia Strategist, and you can be a Certified Master Dementia Strategist too. I'll see you next time. Together we can. You too can have these amazing results, guaranteed. Join us in disrupting the memory care industry once and for all. To see if you qualify for our program, go to answersaboutalz.org and book an inquiry call.